Hello and welcome back, guys, to some more V Rising. We are slowly getting through the game. We're nearly to the DLC map part of the map, the Oakveil Forest. We're close. We're getting there. But everyone knows this game is quite a grind, but it's enjoyable. Lots of farming. Takes you a bit of time, but it's worth it. I think the combat is engaging. I think fighting the bosses, you're pretty regularly just running around the map trying to fight these bosses. In the background is basically just highlights of each boss that kind of fall on the way up here. So we're now into Act 4, so we're getting there. And we've been using the new weapons. So here I'm using the daggers. I tried the daggers, I quite liked. The claws, not a massive fan of. And then the twin blades I'm using now. So I might try and go all the way to the end just using the twin blades. But some bosses, I think when you're playing solo, I just find the ranged is so much easier. So I typically will try and switch between weapons. Some bosses melee's better, some bosses ranged better. If you can kind of circle around them and dodge a lot of their attacks, melee's awesome. But sometimes ranged is just a little bit easier because there's a lot of stuff on the ground. Yeah, I hope everyone else is enjoying V-Rising. It's been fun. It's been a while since I played it, and the update so far seems really good. I'm excited to get into the new zone, see what the new zone's all like, see what the new bosses are like. I mean, I've fought some of the new bosses to unlock some of the new weapons, and they've been fun. I think one thing I like about this game the most is the fact that the pace of it. So I know I say it's quite grindy because it is. You do have like a decent amount of farming, but because of the servant system where you can send them out. So I think right now I've got 7 servants, and I basically will jump on, put everything into basically where it's like processed. So if I need to like for the ore or for cloth or whatever, and then I go out and I basically just track the blood of the next boss, fight the boss, kill the boss, build the next structure. And a couple hours in, everything's sort of processed. I'll craft new gear if I need new gear, and then I kind of log out for the day if I don't have time, and then I come back the next day and rinse and repeat. Basically, go to the servant, collect all the loot, and I think that system makes it much more enjoyable to play. If this was like a constant grind the whole way to always farm your own resources, and you were just playing solo, it would definitely be a bit of a struggle. I also do think the game is getting harder, which I remember the last time I played through, it did progressively get quite difficult, and blood type started becoming more important. The like percentage of blood was more important, but we're getting there, as I say. And the only thing I've not enjoyed so far is just the claws. I just think the claws aren't that great. That's the only thing. I mean, they were okay, but the twin blades, pretty cool. It's a lot better, and then the daggers are really good. If you don't know how the daggers work, they're ranged. They're a ranged weapon. They have I guess you say sort of a cooldown, in the sense that if you're just running around, the first time you'll attack, it'll throw 4, and then there's a slight delay before it will charge to 4, but it will charge from 1 to 4. So if you attack really quickly, you'll end up only getting like 1 or 2 out at a time. And then you'll slowly build to the 4, and then once you've thrown enough daggers out, you can use your E ability and it will recall them in. And it will also help reduce the cooldown of Q. Q is like a jump up in the air and throw 4 daggers into an area. And I recommend trying them out. And that's one thing that's also pretty cool about V-Rising. It's like, it's very easy to switch, I think, personally. Even with the passive system, I think it's easy enough just to switch between different weapons, different skills. Doesn't seem to be too difficult. So yeah, no, it's been good. Hopefully, well, next video I'll definitely be in. I mean, this morning I went on and I went into the Oakveil and I killed the first boss there. So next video will definitely be just exploring that zone, and that will be a bit more of a what do I think of the actual update, because that's the main part of the update, right? Is the new zone. So we'll kind of see what happens from there. But yeah, apart from that, guys, just recommend playing it. Give it a try. Yeah, and here you go. This is me using the claws. Yeah, I just think the damage is quite low. I think that's basically my main issue with it. The damage just seemed a bit meh. And see what's going on. But on the other side, or side note, I guess, I finished playing Expedition 33. I don't think I'll upload the other acts for it. It takes, they're just really long videos. I don't quite know how to condense all of it into it. I made like a one video of like, here's my overall thoughts on it, but just quickly, I think the game is, I mean, you've seen everyone say it's phenomenal. The game is phenomenal. If you've not played it, play it. Don't watch videos on it. Just play the game. The story is incredible. The music is incredible. The combat is different, and the only turn-based game I've ever played the whole way through, because it's not really a turn-based game. I mean, it is turn-based, but in the sense of it's such an active system with the dodge and parry system. Just give it a go. The story is, it might be the best story game I've ever played. Now, unfortunately, at the time, I never played like Heavy Rain or The Last of Us. I just didn't have a PlayStation, right? So I never played these games when they came out, and I kind of just ended up watching streamers play it. So I never played a very, I guess, deep story game that much. And I was completely enthralled in the story by the end. And I've watched some interviews with the developers, but they're all been spoiler-free. So I'm really hoping, you know, maybe in a couple months or so, once the hype's maybe died down a little bit, everyone's played it, there can be interviews with Sandfall, and I just want to see what their ideas are for the future. I'm not going to spoil any of it here, but if you've played it and completed it, you know this world, it can go in so many different ways, and I'm excited to see what they come up with next. Phenomenal game. Highly recommend it. Should definitely play that. The other game I've been playing is Doom: The Dark Ages. I'm not that far through it. I'm like maybe mission 7 or something. It's decent. It's just, I really like Doom Eternal, and it's just not Doom Eternal. I guess maybe I was just like going into it going, kind of hope it's more like Doom Eternal, but the shield part of it makes it so it's not really Doom Eternal anymore. There's no dashes. I think that's basically the main thing I've kind of honed on, is the fact that yes, there's a dash when you hold the shield up, but there's no kind of like dash to the side. You know what I mean? You have to dash to an enemy. And then the parry system. I mean, yeah. I'm happy that they tried something new. I just don't think it personally worked for me that well. Not that it's a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's a really good game. It's just not. It's not the best Doom game for me. Out of the modern day Doom games, I think Eternal is still the best one. If you don't know, basically in this one, they put a shield in there so that you can block, you can parry abilities. The parry window is very generous, and then it's just a bit slower. That you can turn up the game speed to 200%, which makes it for me a little bit more fun. So I've been playing on. I don't think I went all the way to 200, or maybe it's 150%. I don't think I went all the way. I think I went like 120. I just wanted to see what the game was like at the normal speed, like the recommended speed that they've set the game at, and then a slightly faster speed. And I prefer just a little bit faster. I think I just prefer that more like arcadey Quake kind of shooter. And yeah, I've just been playing that a little bit. I may make a video on Doom. I don't think so. I think one thing I noticed when I was watching it was because of the early access stuff, everyone had kind of just made stuff on it before the game had even came out. Which, I mean, yeah, I understand why publishers do it. It's an easy way to get money. I mean, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it seemed like there was a decent amount of performance issues with it. So that's one of the things that I was just not a massive fan of this early access stuff. I think in some ways I understand it from a money side of things, and realistically they kind of get to like have, because they usually release it like on a Wednesday or something, and then they have like a Friday release, and I think it allows them a little bit of time to create a patch ready for the Friday or Saturday release. But these games are really expensive. Like this isn't Expedition 33. and Expedition 33 doesn't have early access, but in the sense of Expedition 33 was a cheaper game, and it was like the first time the studio made a game. These are massive studios, and I just not a big fan of this early access thing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and next video we will be into Oakveil.